Hi, Paul Bernardo with Two Wire. You mentioned something about the changing value of brands and companies where fairness, compassion, and dignity become more valued. I'm wondering what is the mechanism of that shift, because it's a bit contrary to corporate culture, and especially in a market where primary differentiators tend to be based on price, and things are becoming more and more competitive. All the corporations are competing for limited dollars. How does that shift happen?
I think it's all those things plus, plus, plus. I mean, I think our attitude is, there's a t-shirt that people walk around in the UK, it says, I ask only that you treat me like you treat the Queen. I think the attitude is, if you can't figure out how to do all those things and give me a good price, someone else will. And I think that is part of the unbearable intensity of doing business in 2009 and beyond. You're going to have to give me decency and humanity and civility, and you're going to have to give it to me at an absolutely fair price. And we're not going to tolerate anything less, because we'll figure out somebody who can, because we have the capacity to decode all of your cost of doing business because of our tools of inquiry today. So I think that it just puts an enormous amount of pressure on how much profit is too much profit. Now, where it falls apart is the insane promises people make to the public markets. I think that's maybe where it falls apart. And I think that's the part that probably doesn't make any sense. It'd be fine if we were all privately owned businesses that just had to make enough profits so that people could live a good life and then go home at night. It falls apart when you have to promise outside investors insane growth and ridiculous returns on investment. And I think that's the beginning of what's come to unravel. And I think when Joe the plumber gets a lot of coverage and nobody understands why people are clapping for him. They're clapping for him because he couldn't articulate any of that. But what people are clapping for is they're clapping for the fact he's saying, well, screw the upside. People just want to pay a fair price and do business with good people. And I think it's a really weird thing, but I think that the consumer is only prepared to pay a fair price and do business with good people. And they don't care about the investor's return, and they don't care about year-on-year growth. And they don't care about any of those metrics that anybody has to deliver to Wall Street. In fact, they think Wall Street are a bunch of quacks and crooks, and they don't care about them. And I think that's the problem, and that is the dilemma we've gotten ourselves into in 2009, and nobody feels any empathy for us. Not Wall Street, not Main Street, not Washington, not the guy on the street. And that is really the stunning problem I think business is going to have to get themselves out from underneath.
All right, well, if any of us had any doubt about whether or not we have work to do, I think that's been made clear. Marian, thank you very much. Very provocative, so much covering. So I promised that some of you coming in, we'd get you out here by 1:30. You're a little bit late. Just tell the boss it's too nice a day to come back to work right away. Thank you all very much for coming. We'll be doing more events like this, so look for them. Marian will be here for a few more minutes if you'd like to come up and introduce yourselves. Thank you very much. Have a great afternoon.